Not one, not two, not three, but today on Locked On A's.
You are Locked On A's, your daily podcast on the Athletics, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On A's, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I am your host, Booney, one name, and I have been a diehard A's fan for over 40 years now. And I thought I have seen it all until last night, where Nick Kurtz delivered a jaw-dropping performance that instantly entered the lore of baseball's greatest games, greatest performances, whatever you want to call it. We are free and available wherever you get your podcasts, including YouTube. So do me a favor and smash that subscribe button like Nick Kurtz did 4 times last night. Was last night one of the greatest one-game performances in MLB history? I don't know. But let's put it this way. It's in the conversation for sure. And later in the show, we'll talk exactly about greatest one-game performances in MLB history. And is this number one? You all know Nick Kurtz as the number 4 pick out of Wake Forest, the can't miss, and the sizzling numbers he put up in AAA Vegas. But what makes last night so special for me and his latest run was the adversity he has overcome this year. Yes, believe it or not, Nick Kurtz has had some adversity that he has had to overcome. And we're going to talk about that adversity and why this latest run and last night to top it off makes it so much more special. But first, Nick Kurtz last night. When watching the game last night, for most fans out there that don't follow the A's, they look at last night's game and like, hey, 4 homers, almost 5, 8 RBIs, 6 for 6, and they're like, an unbelievable performance, which is true. For me, it's more than that. And for all you, the rest of you A's fans, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, last night's performance, no question, was unbelievable. The first at-bat, I saw him last night. And you got to remember, on Thursday, he was 3 for 5. The first at-bat he had last night lined a single to left field. I said to myself, this guy is unbelievable. He is unbelievable. And this is what I mean. Over the last, since the Toronto series, he has gone 25 for 42. That's a 595 average, 16 runs, 8 doubles, 8 bombs, 18 RBIs. So when he had that single, and I'm like, this guy is on an absolute tear. We had the next at bat where he should have had his first home run, missed it by just a few feet. I couldn't believe it. Then to see 3 more bombs. I have had 2 feelings like this when I've seen a hitter play in Major League Baseball history. I'm from the Bay Area, as you know, live in the peninsula, and have gone to a lot of Giants games. The only guy to give me this type of feeling is Barry Bonds. That's saying a lot. I'm not comparing Kurtz to Bonds or saying he's going to be the next Bonds. I am saying when Nick Kurtz comes to the plate right now is the same feeling I had when Barry Bonds came to the plate. He's that good right now. 25 of 42, 595, 16 runs, 8 doubles, 8 homers, 18 ribbies. It's unreal. It's unreal. What do you guys got? Tatis, 2 grand slams, 1 inning, pretty incredible. I am so angry at that 21-game stretch. Yeah. When he had a single, double home run, so disappointed he get the triple. To put Kurtz's feat in more perspective, guys, it was just the 20th four-homer game in MLB history. A plateau reached less often than pitchers have thrown perfect games. Think about that. 4 homers in a game is more rare than a perfect game. He homered in the 2nd, 6th, 8th, and 9th. I mean, he almost had another one, the 5th one. We talked about earlier that his second at bat, that barely missed. 6 for 6. The 4th inning was the one where he barely missed his the home run in left center. Everything he is hitting right now is hard. I mean, 19 total bases. Ties an MLB record with Shawn Green in 2002. It's just ridiculous. But again, what's most impressive to me? What's most impressive to me is, yes, the 4 bombs. How can that not be? But the tear he has been on. Anybody could hit 4 bombs in a game, right? We've seen it in the past where lightning just strikes for somebody. Maybe Mark Whiten's 4 bombs with St. Louis. The one I remember was always Bob Horner. Eugenio Suarez had, what do you have? Do you have 3 or 4 this year? Anybody can hit 4 bombs. But what Kurtz has done over the last 11 games is mind-boggling. 25 for 42. And I'm throwing out series before, which was like he went 4 for 13 in a series against Atlanta. 4 for 13 now is frowned upon if you're Nick Kurtz. Bill, what's up, buddy? Do you think Kurtz will ever win the Triple Crown? He has that kind of motto, Bill, right? He has that kind of build. And he had that type of build being brought up. He was never known as just a power hitter. He was known as your average, your power, your RBI guy. It was never with him just power. And in the next segment, I'm going to talk a little bit about the adversity he overcame and why at a moment there, I was thinking maybe Nick Kurtz is just another Adam Dunn. He's unreal right now. He's unreal of what he is doing. He's going to all fields. He's gap to gap with juice, and he's hitting the ball out of the damn park. Anywhere he wants, he's hitting the ball. I mean, it is unreal right now. Good call, G-Dub. The way Kurtz drives the ball the other way is crazy to me. Even his last bomb, even if it was off a position player, the ball was out of the zone. That ball was out of the zone. Kurtz is a generational man. The first thing what got me with regard to Kurtz was his fire. Earlier on the season, when he wasn't yet the Kurtz we know, his fire and intensity. Same thing he brought from Wake Forest. But it always wasn't this easy for Kurtz. Believe it or not, for most A's fans, for most fans in baseball right now, you wouldn't think that this prospect had adversity to overcome, that he struggled. And I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about some of his struggles he had and why last night's performance and his latest run makes it so much more special. Up next. Today's episode is brought to you by Game Day Hue, and so is this hat I am wearing. For A's fans like me, this one hits the mark. Game Day Hue makes clean, no logo gear with team-inspired colorways for every pro and college fan base. The other day, I went to play some golf, met some buddies, and rolled my gear. First thing they said to me was, "Sick hat." I said, "Yeah, I know." Proceeded to the first tee box, and you guessed it, first bomb with the first swing of the day right down Broadway. As the day progressed, I felt good. I felt comfortable. And on hole 4, the cart lady came by and said, "Love the hat, love the glove. It's subtle yet stylish. Where did you get it?" I said, "I got it at Game Day Hue. You can get both on a bundle deal. 15% off with code MLB15 at GameDayHue.com. GameDayHue.com. I step up to the tee, and you guessed it, 4th bomb of the day. Cart lady asked, "What's your name?" I said, "Booney, one name." Let your colors talk, because colors speak louder than words. That's GameDayHue.com, code MLB15. Because I want to talk about before he got his call up, right? We remember when Kurtz started in AAA Vegas. He was on a tear, right? Bomb galore. One thing that had me worried about Kurtz, and I've watched a lot of the Vegas games, the Aviator games, when Kurtz was there, and still do. And one thing that had me worried, you got to remember, Nick Kurtz has always been an elite bat-to-ball guy. A strikeout rate at Wake Forest in the minor leagues was always around about 15 to 18%. All of a sudden in Vegas, this jumped to about 27, 28%, somewhere in that range. And I was concerned about that. I'm like, who do we have on our hands here? I mean, do we have ourselves a Triple Crown threat, or do we have ourselves the next Adam Dunn, a guy who's going to hit 205, 210, strike out 200 and something times a year, but hit 40 bombs? Who do we got? And he was putting up numbers in Vegas as far as home runs and average, but that was Vegas, right? A hitter's friendly league. And I got real concerned before he got called up. His last 7 games in Vegas, before he got called up, he was 5 for 27. 5 for 27 with 7 strikeouts. At that time, honestly, Brett Harris was tearing it up in AAA. I thought Harris was going to get the call up before Kurtz. Harris's numbers were considerably better and was playing a Gold Glove type of third base. Harris hurt his thumb, jammed it against the base, and he was out. And Kurtz got the call up. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily true, he would have or not. I'm kind of just speculating. But Harris offensively was considerably better than Kurtz overall. He came up and he was all right, right? 1 for 4, a run score. He wasn't doing a whole lot. And then in May, he went on an 0 for 21 slump. He was 0 for 21. He started getting things going after that slump, right? This was during the first 11-game losing streak. 11 and then 9. Jesus. Anyway, he got hurt. Went on the IL with a hip flexor. Came back June 9th, I believe. And when he came back, he started slow. Same old thing. Started off 2 of 17 when he came back from the IL. And then there was that Sunday, June 15th in KC. And he really got things going. He hit the 9th inning home run. You guys remember that? To give us the lead. And since then, he hasn't been striking out. He's been killing the ball. He's been walking more. He has been unreal. Jesus, Kurtz is swinging to hit ball, not kill ball. Yes, absolutely. He's going where the pitch is. He's going where the pitch is pitched, right? If it's away, he's going the opposite way. He's pulled the ball. We saw that against Houston in a walk-off, right? He's gone to center. He's gone the opposite field. Anywhere he wants, he's put the ball. And he's putting the ball there with juice. He's hit everything hard, man. Jesus, but do you see Kurtz more muscle? Gets out body. I mean, right now, I wouldn't change a thing with Kurtz the way he's swinging at Jesus. The guy's swinging at historic numbers. I wouldn't change a thing. Keep on doing what you're doing. If you're having Big Macs every day for lunch, have Bep keep on having Big Macs for sure. He's just the effortless power. Vegas, you're absolutely right, man. He looks like an Adam Dunn, but he hits like a Tony Gwynn. He has that combination. It's nutty. It's something we've never seen. Like I said, the only guy that I could compare him to, and who I compared him to at the beginning, was a Freddie Freeman and a Jim Thome. I don't know. What's up, G-Dub? Was actually disappointed the A selected Kurtz over Caglione. Me too, bud. Me too. He's been unreal, man. He has been unreal. Flea Market, you're right about Kurtz, but just remember you hyping him before. Yeah, before the season, I don't think there was much. It didn't take much to hype Kurtz up. He was no secret, right, Flea? It wasn't like he was some discovery. Everyone knew about him. I actually went on the opposite side. When he started AAA, I didn't think he was going to be as good. I'll be honest. I really didn't. The strikeout numbers had me worried. And I thought he was just going to be a 230 guy who hit 40 bombs. Whoever said it earlier, I think it was Jesus. He's a triple guy. He's a triple crown type of guy. Triple crown type of guy. Bill said that. Sorry. Kurtz at bats are must-see TV. Same feeling. You're right, G-Dub. Same feeling I had when Barry Bonds came to the plate. When Barry Bonds came to the plate, everyone stopped what they were doing. Everyone stopped what they were doing and watched his at-bat. It's the same feeling with Nick Kurtz. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and put that on the kid, say, hey, he's going to be the next Barry Bonds or whatever. I am just saying right now, when he comes to the plate, I got that same feeling. That's all I'm going to say. No, I'm not even close with that. I got Bonds on a different planet than McGuire, Ohtani, and Judge. Pete, I agree with you. I think they're up there, but Bonds to me was at a different planet than those three. So hey, everyone's different, but I don't have McGuire, Ohtani, and Judge. They're, I guess, each their own, right? To each their own with regard to that. And I could see how people have that. I think when McGuire hit his 70 for sure. Rookie of the year race swinging away from Willie. I mean, I think right now it's decided, Mark. Hard to top a moment like last night, but all star is short name and saying hopefully he'll get it. But unreal. Right now you got to remember, Mark, his batting average is almost higher than Wilson right now. He's hitting 305, 23 bombs. Yes, Pete. Yeah, I agree with you. Stop what you're doing and watch. You're right. You're 100% right. That's a great comment right there, Pete. If whoever you're watching or whoever the play is, and that's why you can say that for McGuire, Ohtani, and Judge. Whoever's up to bat, and if it is stop what you're doing and watch that player hit, that's your guy. For me, it was Bonds and now Kurtz. Everybody's a little bit different. Jesus could be Canseco. For me, it wasn't with Canseco. Listen, Canseco was unbelievable. I just don't put him on the level of Bonds and Kurtz. But I think, like Pete was saying, I think it's a question and an answer from more of perspective, right? Who you like. So it's impressive. But yeah, as far as what you were saying, Mark, I think right now it's Kurtz. It's a no-brainer as far as rookie of the year. And someone was saying earlier about MVP. That's not a bad question either. That's a hell of a. If he had a full year, yeah, maybe for sure. But like I said, what Kurtz is doing last night was just the finale of his last 4 series. Consider that, guys. Consider that. 25 of 42. 25 of 42. 8 bombs. I mean, are you kidding me? 595. 16 runs scored. 8 doubles. 18 RBIs. Do you know he's leading the team in that stretch in stolen bases as well? Well, tied. It's only 2, but he has snagged 2 stolen bases with Butler. But he's doing a little bit of everything. And his glove, man. His glove is getting so much better as well. His leadership. You know, Brett Rooker called it. And this is why I love Brett Rooker. He was interviewed a couple weeks ago. And Rooker was asked about being a leader on the team. So I'm no leader. These guys are the leaders. This is their team. He's all, I'm here to guide them in any way I can. He's all, but they're going to take me where I want to go. And if I could guide them in the process, that's awesome. This franchise is super exciting right now, man. It's super exciting. You look at the youth we have and the smiles they got going on. This is what baseball is. This is what sports is. Jacob Wilson, Max Muncy, Nick Kurtz, Denzel Clark, got Tyler Soderstrom. And then you got like your kind of young, not young veterans like a Shea Langoliers, right? He's been there for a few years. And then you got your guy like a Brett Rooker, who's been humbled throughout this game. It's a special team. It's a special, special team, man. And hopefully, especially even more future. And when I come back, I want to talk about the greatest offensive night ever. Was last night the greatest offensive night? What were some other historic nights in MLB history? And where does this one compare? You guys already mentioned a few. I'm going to add a few of my own. And let's see what's what. See you in a minute. Ever wish managing your finances felt more like launching a 4-homer game than striking out looking with the bases loaded? With Monarch Money, it can. Whether you are stacking up savings like Nick Kurtz stacks bombs or lining up your next big purchase, Monarch puts you in the cleanup spot. Think of it like your own personal front office. Complete control, full transparency, and zero wasted movement. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app. It's your all-in-one financial war room. You can track every account, every investment, and every dollar spent in one sleek, powerful platform. No more guessing, no more spreadsheets. Just like the A's lineup finally clicking. It all works together to help you build real financial momentum. I'll be honest, when I started using Monarch, I was shocked at how much I was dropping on takeout. Seriously, tracking that in real time helped me reallocate those dollars into something way more valuable, like a trip to catch the A's on the road or a new mic for the podcast. So if you are tired of watching your finances flail like a breaking ball in the dirt, step into the batter's box with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONMLB. Get started today and swing with confidence. All right, where does last night's game rank in historic games? I picked out a few. If you have any, let me know. But this is what I got. 1993, Mark Whitten, Cardinals, 4 bombs, 12 RBIs. That came in a second game of a doubleheader in Cincinnati. Pretty amazing. The 12 RBIs still is an MLB record, I believe. Shawn Green, 2002 for Pete's Los Angeles Dodgers. He went May 23rd, 2002, 6 for 6, 4 bombs, a double, a single, 7 RBIs, 19 total bases, which was a record for 23 years. Still is a record, but now he has some company. Kurtz tied that last night with 19 total bases. How about Scooter Gennett in 2017? In one of the most improbable breakout games, Gennett became the first player in ML history to tally 5 hits, 4 homers and 10 RBIs in one outing. June 6, 2017, 5 for 5 with a grand slam among his 4 bombs. 17 total bases, 10 RBIs. I mean, is that the greatest game ever? I mean, he's in the debate for sure. 2012, Josh Hamilton, May 2012, 5 for 5, 4 bombs, 8 RBIs, 18 total bases. I mean, going back even further in history, Lou Gehrig's 4-homer game in 32. A 7-hit game. Rennie Stinnett, 7 for 7 in 75. I believe Brandon Crawford had a 7-hit game as well. But 4 homers, 6 hits, 8 RBIs, 6 runs, 19 total bases. He was never retired. I mean, that blend of across-the-board dominance is, I mean, unparalleled. It's just unreal. I think for me, it's Witten and Kurtz. But what makes last night's game so impressive was, yes, the numbers, but was everything going into the game. What he has done before, how he has carried this offense on his back. Like I said, when I watched his first at bat, saw him line a single to left field, I said to myself, this guy was unbelievable at that time because he was just on such a tear. Second at bat, going oppo, almost hitting it out. You got to remember also on Thursday night, his first at bat, I want to say, he drove it deep to the wall in left center as well in Houston. He was retired on the play, one of the 2 times they've gotten him out. Right now in this series against Houston, these numbers, guys, just for fun. 9 for 11, 6 runs, 2 doubles, 4 bombs, 9 RBIs. He hasn't struck out. You guys can't do that in your video games. I can't do that in the video games. It's just utterly historic what this kid's doing. And he's doing it in a great way too, man. The kid smiles. He's playing the game right. He plays hard. He's snagging second base when he feels like there's an opportunity. He's getting good jumps. He's running the bases well. He's playing good D. How about the play he made in, what was the play he made? Was that in Cleveland? Or no, the play he made in Texas on the bunt where he threw the guy out at home. It was kind of a safety squeeze. Charged the ball, flipped it up. Langoliers made the tag. I believe that was in Texas. 22 years old, man. 22 years old. A's get no love being televised on Fox TV Saturday. No, they don't. I'm interested to see what Kurtz does today. Hopefully he won't bomb like the team often does following a nice performance. I tell you, you're right, G-Dub. It will be interesting, man. But what makes Kurtz special, he's not trying to hit bombs. He's looking to hit the ball hard. He's looking to do what he does. And for me, that's what's been the most impressive. It's been the most impressive, man. The guy has had his slumps. He has had his down times. He's never bowed his head. He has never bowed his head. He supported his teammates. Like I said, 5 for 27 in AAA before he got called up. 0 for 21 slump in June. 10-day IL with a hip flexor once he started getting things going. Came back, 2 for 17, couldn't get it going. And now, hello world. Hello world. It's just been good for him, man. Good for him. He deserves every bit of it. He's earned it. Booney, Kurtz MVP race, catching up to Judge and catcher of Seattle. It's tough, man. if you were to put like a second half MVP, yeah, he's in the lead right now. It's tough to ignore what those guys have done over the whole season. But no, I don't think he's there. It's going to be real tough. Listen, if you want to talk second half MVP, yeah, 100%. But as far as the season on a whole, he came up a little late. He got off to a slow start. He had some slumps. He hit the IL. He will be. And he's playing like that. He's playing like that Triple Crown guy Bill was talking about earlier, man. He's playing about like that AAA guy. The last two games have been good offensively, but Darren Bush, Mike Aldretti, Chris Conn have to find ways to get everyone's bats fired up. Yeah, we got to be more consistent at the plate, Vegas. No question. You're right. Better approach up there, 100%. We got to have better at-bats. Consistent at-bats. Last night was great. It wasn't just Kurtz. Soderstrom had a home run. 3 RBIs. He was 2 for 5. It was good to see him. Langoliers had 3 hits, 3 for 5 with a bomb. I tell you, the guy I was impressed with last night was Carlos Cortez. He was 2 for 6. 3 for 9 for the series. He struck out 3 times last night. I like him in the leadoff spot, but strikeouts is usually not his thing. In Vegas, when he was in AAA Vegas, he didn't strike out a lot. I like Cortez in that leadoff spot. I hope they run that back. It was nice to get some timely hitting, too. So, even your boy Urshela is 4 for 7 in the series. So, yeah, but what you're saying, Vegas, I agree. We got to find a way to get consistent, right? That's been the whole story of the year, though, right? Consistency. Pete, Kurtz will get MVP and Hank Aaron awards this year. This is comparable to Fred Lynn, Eddie Matthews, and Ichiro rookie seasons. I think he'll get, I think he'll get votes. I don't think he'll get any like top 3-4 votes, though. Maybe. It just depends, right? We still have another 57 games left. If he continues this type of run or anything close to it, for sure. What's up, Mark? If Blade and Geloff can come back to their old forms, I'm putting us as his top 3 offense in MLB. Really would love to see those guys turn it around, but this squad is fun. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. I really want to see Blade and Geloff come back. Geloff's still struggling a little bit in AAA. Still struggling. Had a tough night last night. Blade did okay. Everything's consistency. What's up, my A's? Only way Kurtz gets an MVP if he puts the A's on his back and gets to a 10-12 win streak to jump back in the wild card race. Yeah, I hope that happens, man. I hope that happens 100%. But I agree with you. Bamboo, amazing. Never seems a game like that. I imagine he came close to hitting 5. Oh my God, he came that close to hitting 5, man. If there was a second half MVP award, Lawrence Butler may have won it last year, right? Meatball, what an effort, for sure, man. For sure. It was a fun game. It was a special game. I don't think he will get home run happy, Jesus. I think he's just I think right now he's come up as an elite hitter. And it's something we didn't see at first. We saw more of a power happy guy. Now we're seeing a little bit of everything. Do you think the A's will send anyone out at the trade deadline? I think, I've said this the whole time. I think the trade deadline, and I've said this before the trade, I think it's going to be quiet just because there's so many teams in a wild card spot. So a lot of teams are like, all right, we're 4 games out of a wild card. We still have a chance. If we're going to get a deal in our favor, we'll make the move. I'll give you a good example, guys. The only real significant, and even more, you can say Ryan McMahon is, but I would consider the Josh Naylor trade the most significant trade so far. And Josh Naylor's legit. And tell me if I'm missing anyone, guys, as far as trades. I think Josh Naylor right now is the most significant trade that's happened. And Josh Naylor is a legit middle of the lineup type of guy on any team. Josh Naylor is a legit Major League Baseball hitter. Seattle gave him like their 14th and 15th ranked prospect, to give you an idea. Like, I thought Josh Naylor would command way more than that. So that gives you an idea. To answer your question, will they sell anyone? I'll tell you this, I'll have a lot of respect for the A's if they don't. If they come back and they don't make one move, I'll be like, wow, I'm happy for them. That means they didn't just trade to trade. The only thing I can see happening is Severino, if we get something in return, right? Not just getting his contract off the books, not just putting him in a package deal. So I can see a Severino, JP Sears, Severino, Jeffrey Springs, but the return has to be strong. I can see that. And the other day helped his Severino's cause a lot more. Went back to see the just missed homer was like a foot. Oh my God, TP, just a foot. The vision you have for this team is just through the roof if they can reach their potential. Meatball, they're young, right? 22 years old, 23, 24. Yeah, but their potential, they haven't even started that, right? They haven't even started as far as playing for that. I mean, they're just starting now. The big issue with the A's all season long has been pitching, and that's bit us in the butt. We'll get better. And I like the way we're growing as well. And actually, you know what, guys? I forgot to put this up. Here is below the screen that you see slowing down is our draft. It looks like we've signed everybody as far as who we've drafted. I want to note something. For example, Gavin Turley here, 600,000. The number in parentheses, minus 95,000, means their picking slot, right? What they were allotted for, what was allotted for them to get paid. For example, Turley, 695,000. He was allotted to get paid. The A's signed him for 600,000, to give you an idea. That makes sense. Ask me again. Despite Moching Wallace's best, I've never really heard of Kurtz speak in an interview. What type of person? Humble? Down to earth? All about team? He was that way at Wake Forest. He's that way now. A perfect teammate. Just wants to win. I did see something that were disappointing. The miscommunication in the outfield, Butler and Thomas, and god dang it, Butler was jogging to that ball. Bamboo, you really want to get me started on that? You really want me to get me started? It's a good day today. Come on, Bamboo, don't get me started on that. I hear you. And that's been an all year thing, Bamboo. And little things like that's what the A's need to clean up. Senior, Devers. I tell you what, this is what I'll give up for Devers. You want to hear what I'll give up for Devers? Here's what I'll give up for Devers. I'll give up. This is my trade. Tell me if you guys like it. Severino and Jeffrey Springs for Rafael Devers. No, I'll even go Severino, Jeffrey Springs, and Mason Miller for Rafael Devers and Matt Chapman. But the Giants have to pay Devers' contract the rest of his career. So that's how I feel about Devers. The Giants' move was strong in getting Devers beat. There will be a lot of deadline action happening on Wednesday and Thursday. Be ready for all of the last-minute trades. Possibly. Yeah, so. But I want us to make the right deals. I don't want us to trade just to trade. I don't mind. The guy that a lot of people are going to disagree with me on is Mason Miller. I don't mind moving Miller if we're going to get something. Devers, was a good trade. Yes, 1,000%, Senior. The Giants fleeced the Red Sox on that one. The Giants fleeced the Red Sox on that. I mean, listen, Boston's played great since the trade. I just think they could have gotten more. That's all. Unreal. I told my dad yesterday morning that I'd trade the Giants roster for the A's because as a Giants fan, I'd rather Kurtz and Wilson over any young players. Yeah, they're fun, man. They're absolutely fun. Back to my Miller point. The reason I would move Miller is this. We have seen in history that closers have lost their value significantly. And one guy that I was looking at as far as the relievers on the trade market was David Bednar. David Bednar's been with the Pirates. Was with the Pirates. And when it was the same thing with Miller a few years back. He had a lot of years of team control left. He was dominant. He was unbelievable. And the Pirates didn't want to move him. Same type of reason. He's still dominant closer today. And now his trade value has considerably sunk. If we, and again, everything is what you're going to get in return. Also, we're not using Miller a lot, right? How often do you see Miller out there? Not a ton. I would like to see, and other teams have talked about it, but for some reason the A's are not going towards this. See, try Miller as a starter. Try Miller as a starter. Pete, Miller's replaceable. I don't mind seeing him go. Not even a blow me away deal. Just a solid multi. Yep, I'm with you. I'm with you. I agree. Miller, I love the Reaper. Big Mason Miller fan. Don't get me wrong at all. Point being, right now, his trade value is at its max. That's a fact. That's a fact. Even if he dominates in the next couple years, his trade value will be lower the closer his time comes where the team no longer has control over him. That's just a fact. So, I would like to see that. More to build around at cost-effective price. Yep. So anyway, hey, appreciate you guys. RD Moss, thank you, bud. Fun night. Let's see what happens tonight and see if these guys can run it back. But hey, the Ace franchise needed this. It's been a tough year. It's a tough year, man. It's been a tough year. And for one night, it was fun. It was historic. It made you think of like, hey, what can this be? And yeah, guys, we'll see what happens, man. But hey, at the end of the day, guys, this is what sports is about. And this is what it's all about. And that's why we do it. That's why we yell. That's why we get pissed. That's why we put our heart into it, is to enjoy nights like last night. Take care, fellas. I really, really appreciate you coming by. And we'll see what happens. Take care. Thank you for making Locked On A's your first listen today. For your second listen, check out the all-new Locked On MLB Game Night. Every game, every night, all season long. Get local analysis on a national scale. Find MLB Game Night on Locked On MLB on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcasts.